Hello there, everybody. Welcome to this day of Sunday Sauce. Hope your day has been going well, your week. It's morning time here as I'm making this. A lot of the fam is still sleeping, and I'm just awake, just kind of looking at the Bible here and just seeing what God's placing on my heart today. Um, so I just appreciate you all watching these videos, and I hope that God will speak to you through these words. I believe He will. So this week's been a pretty good week for me. It hasn't been too bad. It's been busy, of course, as usual at my work. Um, Lisa and I went for a little Dollar Tree hunt yesterday. Our little date days that we do on Saturday mornings typically, and went and had a little bite to eat as well. And so that was a lot of fun. We had some walleye. We shared a walleye because we both don't really need a whole walleye dinner. So we usually save money by sharing a meal when we go out, typically, because Lisa can't eat a whole lot, and that's typically just what we do. It's just so we don't be wasteful. And other than that, yeah, that was took up most of our day yesterday. Lisa has her teeth removal coming up. I just ask that you pray for her during that. That's coming up here in a couple of days. And right now, one of her teeth is just bothering her so bad. She's been in so much pain. I'll probably be doing a Dollar Tree haul later for her because I don't think she'll be able to. So just pray for her. Things will get better. Um, I appreciate that very much. Um, Today, in our devotional, we'll get right into that now. And excuse me, I'm in Lisa's craft room, as you can see, because they're all sleeping. I was just kind of thumbing through. I picked up in Exodus 23. The little human-made title says "A Call for Justice." I'm just gonna read some of this here. It says, "You must not pass along false rumors. You must not cooperate with evil people by lying on the witness stand." That's kind of about gossiping, if you look at it that way. You must not pass along false rumors. You must not cooperate with the evil people by lying on the witness stand. So just don't lie about people. Don't say one thing when it's really not true, or maybe you don't know, or you're just passing on something else that someone else said. And that can lead to really bad things. And again, God doesn't like that, basically. God does not like gossip and talking falsely about people. And it also says in here, just a lot of like wisdom paragraphs in here, I'm going to call it. You must not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you are called to testify in dispute, do not be swayed by the crowd to twist justice. And do not slant your testimony in favor of a person just because that person is poor. Yeah, just don't follow the crowd when you're doing something. I'll say that the crowd gets kind of stirred up and doesn't like a certain person because they're all different or whatever. Just don't follow the crowd. Be a Christian if you are one, and just don't do that. Be nice to people. If you come upon your enemy's ox or donkey that has strayed away, take it back to his owner. If you see that the donkey or someone who hates you has collapsed under its load, do not walk by. Instead, stop and help. Yeah, it's kind of like help your neighbor. I mean, if you see somebody struggling with a task, maybe. Let's say, for example, here's an example that I had one time. I had a big old, what was that? Like a chair the other day, like a recliner chair. I figured, oh, well, I'll just get it. I won't wait for help, or anything like that. And so I went and got a hold of it and started bringing it and struggling. And yeah, I got it. I got it inside. But, it was dumb of me. But wouldn't it have been something special if all of a sudden one of my neighbors, saw me out there? I'm sure they did. And, some people in that situation go, oh, look at that idiot, and laugh and all this to themselves. But instead, what that person should have done was come over and say, "Hey, can I give you a hand with that?" I mean, test yourself out one time. If somebody's around with something that you know that could easily be a quick hand that somebody can give you, um, and go out there and see if they give you a hand. It's different in today's world. People just don't help other people like they used to. Um, it comes down to as simple as, like the other day when there's, I don't mean this to boast me up, please, because I'm guilty of the sin, just like a lot of people are. Um, but this is an example of a good example of what you could maybe do. And it's something simple. It's not something that this person could not have done. But there was an older lady that dropped something at the store, inside the store. So I quickly just went down and grabbed it for her and picked it up. Um, that's simple, but that's an act of kindness that goes a long way with today's society. And in this society nowadays, a lot of that kindness is gone. So let's try to bring that back. As Christians, we're called to be that kindness. So I appreciate that. Be sure never to charge anyone falsely with evil. Never sentence an innocent or blameless person to death, for I never declare a guilty person to be innocent. I mean, we have court systems for a reason. Never sentence an innocent or blameless person to death, for I never declare a guilty person to be innocent. Basically, if you're innocent, you're innocent. If you're guilty, you're guilty. But it's got to be the truth. No false accusations. No, just jumping on that bandwagon. So take no bribes, for a bribe makes you excuse me, ignore something that you can clearly see. A bribe makes even a righteous person twist the truth. So don't just take a bribe to kind of go on the right way path. A lot of people think of a bribe as just like a money exchange. Like, oh hey, I'll give you $1,000. You gotta say this, or I'll give you $10,000. If you say this in court, or. But that's also could be like in a job place where someone goes, hey, you like your job, you better go with what I'm saying to the owner. This is the story we're doing. If you like what's good for you, you know what I mean. And that's kind of a bribe too. It's like telling them, hey, you like your job, go with what I'm saying. And that's a bribe too. You must not oppress foreigners. You know what it's like to be a foreigner. For you yourselves were once foreigners in the land of Egypt. Just be kind. Again. A lot of this other stuff, this is all in the Old Testament. I just think it's neat to read some of this stuff. It says you plant and harvest your crops for 6 years, but let the land be renewed and lie uncultivated during the 7th year. Then let the poor among you harvest whatever grows on its own. Leave the rest for wild animals to eat. The same applies to your vineyards and olive orchards. It's just something about, taking care of the needy, which a lot of Christians do. It was just kind of a system put in place back then where, every 6th year you just gotta give back to your community, give back to the needy of your wealth. Don't just push everything to be more and more money, this and that, goods, whatever it is. Give back, some of your talent, some of your efforts, some of your crops back, to a lot of your people, you grew crops, you had to, give some of that back, give away some of your time, and some of your talent. It doesn't always have to be monetary, but you can give away your talent. We're all talented at something. That could be very useful. So I like that. It says you have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but on the 7th day, you must stop working. This gives your ox and your donkey a chance to rest. It also allows your slaves and if foreigners living among you to be refreshed. I like that. You need a day of rest every week, and God calls for it. It's something that we need. Something that like back then the animals needed. If you were in this case, it's kind of saying, like if you're the landowner, back then they had slaves and things and foreigners that were a part of your workforce. So give them a rest also. You just can't work people 7 days a week and expect things to go correctly. It's not the way God intended it. I believe that most businesses should shut down a day a week. It's just a sad thing nowadays that we have things 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I just, hopefully they're giving those people a day of rest every so often. You just can't work the same person for those 7 days. And that does go on. A lot of people self-inflict this. They're on themselves, actually. They just get so wrapped up in their work or a business they own that they just never take a day off. And eventually they just burn themselves out. So it's important to take a day of rest every week, at least a day, and just reflect on the week and it passed and the week to come. It also says in here, pay close attention to all my instructions. You must not call on the name of any gods. Do not even speak their names. Just God is God. I mean, it's evident. You look around, your God is God. Don't be bringing in any false gods that you worship like a god. Whether it's money that takes that place, drugs, whatever it is, or just a physical, another different god that you make up or that you believe in. I believe in God in the Bible, in the gospel. So that's just my belief. If yours is different, I'm sorry. I don't judge you for that. It's not my job. But I just pray that you will look into that through the Bible, if that's what you believe in. So I know this was a little bit kind of rambling in here, but this is just kind of what was put on my heart in Exodus 23. I hope that these things were reflective in your life somehow, that maybe they could make a difference. And just make sure you don't do all the gossiping. We've read many things here. I know it was kind of quick, but it's just a lot of nice wisdom and things in what I was reading. I believe that God put down in His Bible for us to read. And I just hope you have a great week out of you. Thank you very much.